Hello everyone, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So today in this video, we are going to cover the class third of our core Java course, and the topics that I am going to cover in this class are string functions. And to the functions, sometimes we do use another word, that is the method, or we can say to the methods we use the other word, that is function. So functions and methods are the same thing. So we will be learning about string methods in today's class. Also we will learn what are the arrays and how to use two-char array, split, and how to sort the arrays. So these are the basic things for today's class. And what we have in string functions, these are the string functions we have for today class. We have length method, char add method, concat method, contains, starts with, ends with, equals, index of, is empty, replace, substring, and all these to char array, to lowercase, to uppercase, or trim methods. So all these methods we will be using with our strings. So let's get started. And now as we have already discussed in our previous class what the strings are, let me open the page. Here we will discuss on there. So what we have now, we will start with string, right? Because we are going to use the string functions in today's class. So let's start with string. Let's say I have a string and I have given the name to the variable as a, and the value I'm putting here as apple. Apple, right? And this is, so what do we have here? We do have here, this is the string, the data type. This a is the variable name representative to this data type, and this is the value of this variable, right? So what comes over there? This string is basically a data type also. What can we say? It is a data type, and also along with the data type, the string are coming under the class also. Strings comes under the class also. So string is a class also, right? So if we talk about our previous class, we do have over there a scanner class, right? We had scanner class over there, and how we were using it like as UI equals to new, and then scanner, and then system.in. Let's say system.in. That's how we were representing our scanner class. So what is there? What is there in this class? In this scanner class, this scanner, this is the class, right? And UI, it is the representative of the scanner class. And in this case, because we are using the keyword new, that's why this UI is what? This is the object of this scanner class. What it is? It is the object of the scanner class. It is representative for the scanner class, or we can say this is the object of the class, right? So in the same way, when we were using UI dot, if we were using UI dot, we were getting the methods that were available for our scanner class. And if we have here our string class, and let's say variable name a and the value as apple or whatever it is, and what we will do, if we will use this a over there as a dot, we will start getting all the methods that are available for our string class. So how we will use in Eclipse, we can do it all here, and it will be really easy to understand. Let's create another project, Java project, and what we have to do, we are not creating the module, and the project name, let's say session 3, and just finish. So session 3 got created. We can close all the already open classes, and we can just close this one also, and we will expand this session 3, go to source folder, and we can create a package over there, and the package name we can give as string with the lowercase. We have to start string functions, okay, and finish it. And let's say I want to create a class new, and class here. So class name, let's say fun with strings, and it is the main method I want to create here. There, finish. So what are we talking about so far? Let's say one more time, this is the package. Inside the package we do have a class. Inside the class we have the method, and inside the method we will be having the statements, right? So let's say the very first thing, I am going to define a value for my string variable a, and the value is as apple, right? And also I'm going to create a to call the scanner class by UI as a representative and new, and then scanner, and then inside I can say system dot in, right? And like that. So what we have to do, hover over here and import the scanner class. The scanner class got imported from the java.util. So now what I have, if I will do UI dot, there are so many methods over there. Now one second, UI dot, there are multiple methods are available over there. So if let's say if I am on this method, this is the close method. I already explained in the previous session that why we use close method, right? And this, if I hover over here and go to this line, this part of the window, you can see this is telling everything about this close method. Then if I will go to next line, right? So you can see this is the next line method. It is coming from the scanner class, and the outcome of this method will be string. So we have to give the, if we want to give a variable over there, we have to select the data type as string. And you can see this is all here will be the detailing of this next line method over here. Same way right now, because we do not need this scanner class, what we need, we are going to talk about the string, right? So I can just simply delete this part, and I can simply delete this part also. That was only for the understanding that how's the method coming. And now, because I'm saying that our string is also a class, so what should happen if I type a over there, a, and if I put a dot over there, there should be methods, right? So you can see there are so many methods available over there. Char add, chars, code point before, code point count. So let's start from the first one. This is the method name. Char add is the method name, and inside the brackets, inside these brackets, what do we have? We have, this is the argument section inside this parenthesis, and here this argument, we can say this is the parameterized method. And parameter is what? Parameter is this is the integer type, and the variable name has been given as index. The return type for this method will be char, and it is coming from the string class. Same way, if we talk about the second method, this is the chars method, and there is no parameter, it is not parameterized. The return type will be int stream, and it is also coming from the string class. And if we talk about this code point at, it is taking the parameter as integer, variable name index, and the return type here will be what? This will be the int, and then this is the class, right? Oh, okay, it's gone. So a dot, if we say, now you can see the same way we do have multiple methods. And if we talk about this method called code point count, you can see it is taking two arguments. After this comma, the second argument is coming, or second parameter is coming. You can see here, this is the int type and beginning index, int type and index. It is taking two parameters, and this is the variable name for these two integers. The outcome, the result will be integer, and it is also from the string class. Same way, there are many other options, and you can see that for contains, this is the char sequence it will be taking over there, and the return will be the boolean value, and this is also coming from the string class. So that's how we will use all the method. Those are already existing in our system, where those are giving by the GRD system library. So let's get started. Let's get started. The very first method that we are going to use over here, we can see we have length, charet, contains, concat and contains, right? So let's get started with some of them. Let's see. I want to get, excuse me, if I want to get the length of this apple, how can I get the length of this apple? So I will type a dot leng. You can see the length method came over there. If I hit enter over here, and the length method is available for me to use it. But how I will get the length? So what I have to do, I will put it into a system.printout, right? So what can I do? I simply can take this from here and can put it here very easily, right? Very easily I can put it here. I have commented this. Later on I will tell you why I did that. So now if I will run my program, you can see it is giving me the length is as 5 for apple. So there is one more thing. There is one more thing like this. For any string, whenever we are talking for a string, what we have to do over here, we can see this A will start at index number 0, P will start at 1, next P will come at index 2, L will come at index 3, and this E will come at index number 4. So always the numbering, the counting will start with the indexing, and the indexing will start from where? It will always start with the 0 and will carry on the same way from left to right. But the length, what is the length? What's the length will be? The length will be like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. 4 and 5. It will be like that. It will be the simple numbering. So length will be always 1 greater than the index number. So we have to remember this thing always, that length is 1 greater than the index number. So if I talk here about this apple, what can I say? The index will be what? 1, 2, 3, and 4. It will be like that. So length is what? Length is 5. Apple is a small word. It's not a very big word. If we do have multiple things over there like this, so this is difficult for us to count one by one everything. Then if we are using this length method, this is a valuable thing, right? This is a valuable thing for this kind of long word. And or you can say, if we are typing a sentence over there, then also we can count the length of that statement or sentence over there. And if I run my program now, it will give me the length of this this variable a, right? It is giving me the length of this one. So this is the length method, how it will work, right? That's how it will work. Next method comes, that is the char at. Now if we talk about I'll take this. Okay, before char at, let me do one more thing. This is the method how we are using, but can we put it into a variable also? Is it possible? How can we do that? If I do a dot length, you can see the return type of this one is int. So what we have to do, what it represent, if we want to put it into a variable into a variable type, or we want to represent it by a variable, how can we be doing that? We will be putting it into a data type int, and let's say I am giving it length length and equals to this, simply. So this length will represent the length of this string a. So instead of putting this value over there, what can I do? I simply can give this length over there. And anywhere if I want to use this length for the string a again and again in my coding, so instead of using this piece of code at multiple places, what I will be doing, I will create a variable. For this method length, or similar way I can create the variable for other methods also later on. But this is just for the understanding right now, because we are not going to use it again and again. I am going to simply delete it from here. So next method is char at. Right? Char at means, what is the method char at representing over? Char at what? Char at 0, maybe char at 2, maybe char at 3, or maybe char at 4. How can we get our character at a particular given index? So if I am saying a dot char at, you can see there is a method char at, and it is taking integer index inside that. A length method was not taking any parameter, but this is taking any a parameter over there, right? Let me put it again, a dot char at. So it is taking the parameter integer, and the variable name over here is index. In upcoming classes, we will learn how to create these methods and how to put the parameter. But for so far, for the beginning purpose, let's go through with the flow, whatever is there. So it is char at integer index and char. It is returning the char, right? And that is from the string class. So what we are going to use, let's take this method, and it will take the input. This is taking the index number over there. So how is it taking the index number? If I want to get my index number over here at 0, I will put 0. Let's say I do have one more statement and I want to get the index number at 3, position 3. So if I will run my program now, I will get A for statement number 1 at position 0, and L for statement 2 at position 3. So that's how we can use the char at method. Next is a concat method. So concatenation we already have seen in the last class yesterday. So how we are going to use it? How we will be using the concat method? Let's say I want this A to concat with some other value, right? A dot, let's say concat. So it is taking the string. If I will do it, here we have A already available. This is the string that we can concat it with the A to A again. Let's say I'm running my program. So how it will get concat? It will concat apple to apple. And if I want to concat it with some other thing, let's say I want to say apple space is a fruit and dot. So if I will run my program now, it will give me the full sentence. Apple is a fruit. So that's how we can use this concat method. After concat method, what next we have? We have contains. We have contains method. So how we are going to use contains method? A dot contains. So contains, you can see it is taking char sequence and it is giving you boolean, whether the given thing is true or false. So if what I will be doing, I will put here, let's say I am going to put here A dot contains A. Is it true or false? It's true, right? So it should give me true value. If I run my program, it is giving me 2. But if I am saying here uppercase A, then because Java is very case sensitive, so what should happen with that? Let me run the program and you can see the result. It is showing false because of the case sensitivity, as it is the lower case and it is the uppercase. So that's why it is giving us that the variable A doesn't contain uppercase A, right? And then does it contain PP? It's true. If I run my program, it is showing over here true. Then does it contain LP? Let's say if I'm just switching the sequence of these two letters, and if I run my program, is it true or false? It is false. It is not the sequence, right? That's how contains method will work with the strings. Next method is starts with and ends with. So let's say a dot starts with, you can see starts with is taking the prefix, string prefix, right? And it is giving me the boolean. So let's use this method, and it is taking the prefix. If I says that it is starting with A, is it starting with A? Run the program. Yes, it is true. And if I say over here P and then run the program, it is false. That's how starts with will work. And let's use the same method ends with. Does it end with P? Run the program and check. false. Does it end with E? Yes or no? So if I will run my program now, you can see true. So that's how ends with method will work with the strings. Next is equals and index of. Equals and index of. The equals method will work. The equals method will work with the strings. And if we want, there are two things. One thing is double equal that will work. There are two things. One is the double equal that will work with the integer values, and another thing is equal method. Equals 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 method. So this equals method will work with the strings. So if I do a dot, and one more thing, that this double equals can work with string in very special cases. I will show you where it can work. A dot equals. You can see the equals method is over there. Object and object boolean it is giving you. Let's take this method, and it is asking you, does a dot equals to some given value. Let's say I am saying, does it equals to apple? And let's run the program. So it is saying true. Same way, let me delete this part. Not delete, let me delete. Let me take it here. And let's say I do have another string, and string is B. And string is B. And I am taking here A, uppercase A. And now I want to check if this is equals to B or not. A is equals to B or not. So because of the case sensitive, it should give me false, because A here is uppercase and over here is lowercase. If I run this program now, it is showing me false. That's how we can use the equals method with the strings. Next method is index of. A dot, if I says A dot index of. A dot index of. You have here so many methods: index of string, right? So the method that we are going to use over here is, let's take index of the first one. Okay, index of. So let's say index of I want to get with okay, A. Let me run the program once, otherwise we are going to take, okay, yeah. Now, here what I'm taking a value from string A, and I'm checking if the index of, what is the index of A. So it is giving 0, because the position of A belongs to what? This 0. And if I want to know the index of this P, second P, so what I have to do, I will simply say P over there, and if I run my program, it will give me 1. If I'll be doing PP over there, so it will always give me the index of the first one. If I'm running my program now, it is giving me 1. But how can I get the index of this second P? For that, I have to change this to PL, because the P is coming first to the L. So that's why in this situation, it will give me the index of this P. And if I will run my program now, it will give me 2. Let's say I have 3P over there. So if I want to get the index of this P, how can I get it? I need to put here PPL. Then only I can get the value of this P. If I running my program now, it will give me the value of this P. That's how it will work. And that's how this index of will work over there. Let's remove this from here. Let's see what is the next method. After index of is empty. A dot, if we are doing A dot is empty, you can see it is returning boolean and there is no parameter dash, right? So is A empty or there is any value? Right now it is having a value. If I run the program, it is saying false, because A is not empty. A is having some value. Let's say I remove this value and there is nothing right now. And if I run the program now, if I will run the program now, it is saying yes, true, A is empty. But what if I do have some space over there? So in Java, in Java, inside these double quotation, whatever is there, either it is a space, that will also consider as a value. Only if there is no space, then only it will be considered as null or empty. Otherwise, even if there is a space, it is considered as that it is not empty. If I will run my program now, it will give me false. No, A is not empty right now. It is having some space over there. So let's see another method is empty and replace. There is another method that is replace. If I says, so now we will be doing with the replace method. If I says that a dot replace, so we have these replace methods. Let's use the first one. This is like char, old char new char, and it will be returning the strings. So let's take this one. So what I have to do, I have to give here with which one I want to replace. Let's say I have here apple, and to the apple, let's say A is there, and with the A, I want to replace A to MA. I want to replace this A to MA. So what will happen if I will do this and if I run my program now? It is giving me maple. That's how we can replace. Or let's say I do have one more statement and I want to replace this AP to AB. Let's say APP to AB, and then run the program. So it will replace and it will put it as A1. So that's how we can use the replace method with our strings. Next method is substrings. How to substring? So let's remove this part. Let's remove from up to here. And this part, a dot substring. So you can see there are two methods. Substring where it is taking the beginning index, substring where it is taking beginning and end index both. Let's use the first one first. Substring. It is asking me, do you want to cut it at index 0? Okay, let's start and do it with at 0. If I run my program here, it is giving me the whole word because the substring will start at 0. If I do it here as 1, I want to start my substring at 1. So what will happen? It will start at P. Before that, it will cut everything. So it is like it will give me up. It will start with the index number what you're giving over there. And if I do there as 2, it will start with the second P. I will get in the result like that. So it has cutted all the previous values. That's how substring method will work. And let's say there is one more substring method. So if I'll do a dot substring, and the second method I want to choose, it is like it will take beginning index and the end index. Hit enter. Beginning index, let's say I want to start at 1, and end index, because it is maximum is 4, I will put here as 4. Right, now I will run my program. So you can see it has started at 1, and whatever it has given everything before 4. It cutted the value at E. And if I give here 3, if I give here index as number 3, so what it will be doing? It will give me the PP. Right? That's how it will work. The substring method will work like that. Next is to char array. We will discuss this later on. We have lowercase, uppercase, and trim method. Let's say lowercase a dot to. First, let's use the uppercase. So you can see no argument over there. It will simply convert everything from your A to uppercase. If I run my program, it will give you all uppercase. And let's say now if I have here A as uppercase and all the other things as lowercase, what will happen if I use the lowercase method here? LO. Let me take it from here, A dot to lowercase. So what it will do, it will convert everything to the lowercase. 1 second. Yes, and save it, run it. You can see it has converted everything to the lowercase. That's how lowercase will work. Now there is another method, that is trim. So trim will work how? Let's say I have here space before this, right? And now I have two things. Siso. And then siso, I have a dot length. So for apple, for the word apple, the length is 5. But if I have space here now, 2 space I have, so the length should be 7. Right? So the length should be 7. If I run the program, you can see it is showing the length is 7. So how the trim method will work? The trim method will work like this. Here I do have a dot trim and use this trim method. And if I will run my program, it will give me apple like this. And if I am not using this trim method and I'm saying just print a, and if I run my program now, so it will give me the apple with the space. So that's how the trim method will work. It will cut all the space before or after the word. Let's say if I do have here also some space, and if I run my program, the length should be 9 now. After trimming, apple will come, and after that, after the apple, in this one, we cannot see the space, but it is there. By the length, we can get it. And if I have here, let's say I do have another word as apple and some space. So what it will be doing, the trim method will never remove the space in between. It can remove the back one and it can remove the first one, but not from the in between. How? Just run the program, you can see. You can see how it will be working. Remove the previous stage, back one also, but not from the here. How can we see that it is removed from here also? So let's say I am going to put this statement a dot trim method here as in a variable a dot trim, and I'll be using it like this, and I want to put it into a string value, and the string is c equals to this. So a dot trim, right? And here I can say simply put c dot length, c dot len length. So the length for C after trimming, the length for C will not be 16. It will be 4 less. It should be 12 over there. If I run my program now, it is 12. So that's how you can see it has removed the space after and before, but not from the in between. And that's how the trim method will work. So now the next thing, what left? It is 2 char array, or if we go back, we can see it's array, 2 char array, split and arrays. So let's start with the arrays now. So let's do it over here. Control A and delete. So what is an array? So if I go to the definition of an array, so what can we say? It is a kind of a data structure. And only one type of data, only same type of data, we can say same type of data will be there. Same type of data will be there. And also the size for array will be fixed. Fixed size. The size for the array will be, this is the kind of data structure having same type of data, and the size is fixed for array. So how can we define that? How it will be? So arrays may be represented by 2 types. Either like that, we do have data type, and we know after the data type what we have to do, we will put this square bracket, and then we can give the array name, let's say array name. And then what we have, we know all the components, we know all the list of whatever the let's say I know some numbers, some marks I do know. So if I have the marks, the list of those values will be there, like 45, 56 or 78, whatever it is. So what can I say? The list of values, list of values where we know the values. So one thing is that we have arrays where we know the values of each one, right? And next is second type. How can we represent? Let's say I'm taking the same thing from here to here. How can we represent second type? Array name. And here we will be using the keyword new. And what we have, we do have this data type again. And here what we have in the square bracket? Inside the square bracket, we must be knowing the capacity. Capacity. We must be knowing the maximum capacity of that array. So there are two ways to create the arrays. First thing, that we know the values from the list, and second thing, we know the maximum capacity. So how we will be doing it? List of values, how can we represent? Let's say I do have um, because the data type is fixed. So if I do have integer type array, let's say integer type array, right? Integer, and I do have, let's say I'm giving it an array name as numbers. I'm giving it as numbers, and then I will put my numbers inside the curly braces. And numbers may be anything: 45, 56, 78, 67, 23. So how many values do I have? I have 5 values. So that now for my integer array, the size is fixed. It's have 5 values. It cannot have more than that or less than that if I will, until unless I will not repeat it. Then next thing, let's say I have a string array. And for this string array, let's say I do have some student's name, and I don't know how many students are, or like I don't know the name of each student. But what do I know? I know that it is this name, and the maximum capacity for the students is what? It is just 5. So that's how these are the two types. These are the two types where I know how I can create an array with the list of the values, and where I can create an array with the maximum capacity. Here I know the capacity only, here I know the values. How I will be doing it in Eclipse? Let's see that. Let's see that here. So let me create another class. Let me save everything here. Everything is saved. Okay, this B is not used. So simply, it's all fine. Save, right? So we will go here and create a class. Class will be what? Let's say array class. Public static void main finish. And then we will be doing here. Let's say the same thing we have integer array, and in the integer array we are saying we have numbers, and the numbers are what? Inside the curly braces we can have numbers as 23, 34, 45, 56, 67, 5 value. And then another, I have a string array, and this is the students, and then for that new, and then again string, and then I do have the maximum capacity as 5, like that. So now what if I do syso? If I do syso and I want numbers to get print out, so how I'll be doing? I will have the same thing, the index number. I will have the same thing as the index number, what we were doing earlier with the string. So how it will be? It will be like index at index 0, 23, at index 1, 34, at index 2, 45, at index 3, 56, and index 4 will be 67. Like this it will come. So if I have numbers here, and I want to get my number at number 0, how I will be getting? If I run my program now, it will be like 23. So that's how my number will be coming. And if I want to get the number at number 2 position, so if I run my program now, it will be giving me 45. Now for the students, what I want, students. yeah, students, and I want to put the name. And let's say I want at 0 position, I want to give the name as something over here as, let's say, John, right? And I have 5, so let's say everything is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and at number position 2, I do have a null value. I don't want to give any name. And at 2, I am giving as Jenny. And here I am giving as, let's say, Sohan, right? Sohan. And let's say here I am giving as Mona. Mona. So these are the names I have given. How can I get it? CISO. Again, CISO. Take it. And here I can say student at 0. Control C. Put here Control V. So if I run my program, you simply can see I got these two things, two from here and here. So that's how we can use the array, right? So next thing in our slide is what we have, to char array split arrays dot sort, right? So how we will be using these methods? Let's do first thing over here, that what I want my students, this name, right? Student at 0. I want all to uppercase. So what can I do? Dot to uppercase. Do I have that uppercase? In uppercase. I have this uppercase. I can use it here. And if I run my program, my name will come as all uppercase. So that's how this method I can use here. And let's say instead of John, I want to put here a dot replace replace old to new. I want to replace the whole name John to Tony. Tony. So can I replace it like that? If I run my program, I'll get it as Tony. So that's how we can use these things, these methods with the arrays also. And now what I want these name to get sorted, or these number to get sorted. These numbers are already sorted. Let me make it 45, and let me make it 34. Let me make it 67. And this one is 56. So right now these numbers are not sorted. I want to sort it. How can I sort it? So what I have to do, I will use arrays. Let me do arrays dot sort. The sort method is available over there. Here we can take it. So I want to use this sort method, right? If I do this, what do I have? This numbers. Control C, and I simply can put here. So my numbers got sorted. Once I got the sorted numbers. So right now for 2 position I have 34. But after the sorting, this 45 should come at 2. So now if I will run my program, the answer will be 45. That's how we can use this sort method. And let's say the same sorting method I want to use for my students. If I will use for my students, how I will be using this? Let me take it from here to here. And I simply can say here students, right? Then CISO, and my student name, if I want here as student 0, how can I do? I'll take it from here, Control C, and paste it here. Oh, paste it here, 0, right? So if I will run my program now, okay, what happened? It is at 0, students, arrays dot sort. Let me run one more time. Okay, got it. Because it is the blank value. And let me do it for number 2. Yeah, for number 2 we got it. Because when I was doing it as 0, what happened? This blank value, the blank value will came at index 0. because of the sorting. Otherwise, it will give me, right? So that's how we can use the sort method for our arrays, and like that we can sort the arrays. Next is the split method. Next is the split method. Let's create a class as split. Split class, and main method finish, right? So for the split, to understand the split method, let's say I have a string. String name is fruits, and here I have some value in the fruits. Let's say apple, comma, banana, without space, banana, and then orange, and then berries. So I have four values, four fruits in one value. So I want to split it. How can I split it? I will simply use this fruits, and there is a method in strings that is split, right? I will use the split regular expression, right? REGS. So just use that and split fruit. What? Let's say I am putting it here. I want to split at where? At comma. Once I will split it, what will happen? That all these fruits, all these value will become uh, separate, and this value I need to put into an array. It will become a string array. How can I see that? Let me do it control X from here, and if I do dot split again, you can see it is giving the string array. So the data type where I will going to put it will be the uh, it will be the string array. So if I want to save it in a variable, I will be doing string array, and it will be the fruit array. Fruit, fruit array. Simply like that. So now if I want to get each one at different index, so what can I do? I will simply take this fruit array from here, will put here, and I need to give the index number. So I'll be doing run the program, and I got only apple. And even before this, if I'll do so, and I want to get just fruits, not any sorting, not any splitting. Before splitting, how I will get the value? I'll get all the values once in all. And here I can get, if I'm giving 3, run the program, it will give me the value at position number 3 for berries. That's how we can use the split method over here. And also, because now this is an array, this is a fruit array, so can we use the length method? Yes, we can use the length method. That fruit array dot length, you can use length method, and it will tell you how many values are there in your fruit array. Here it is a small value, right? Here it is, these are the only 4 values, but there may be some other string array or string where this value might be really little, really very, very long. In those cases, these tricks will work a lot. Now, what if I want to get the maximum indexing for this value or for my array? How can I do? I will simply put length -1. And if I will run my program now, it will give me the maximum indexing for the value. So that's how we can use this split method. And next method that is really important over here is the to char array. Now let's say to char array, right? This one finish. So this is the to char array class. How can we do that? We have the string, the most favorite example of ours. Let's take apple over there, apple, and then uh, apple, and let's say now I want to use to char array. So if I do a dot to char array, so you can see it is returning what? It is returning the char array. If I want to save it into a variable, which data type I will use? I will use char array over there. So hit enter, and if I want to use it into the data type, what I'll be doing? I'll be saying char array equals to my array. I can say array and equals to a dot to char array. That's how I can use it. And what will be the next thing? What will be the next thing? If I will say syso a dot, no, not a dot, my array, and I'll be giving a, I want to get my char at index a. I should type here the index value, and then if I'll run my program, it will give me a. So that's how this string got converted into a char array. And if I want to get the value at 4 and I run my program, it will give me E over there. And let's say if I don't know the maximum indexing and I by mistake typed 5 over there, what it will be giving? It will be giving me the error exception, that is index out of bound, because 5 is not the maximum index number over there. So that was that. These were the topics for today's class, and like string function and string methods, array, and we covered char array and split an array, how to sort the array, and all these methods. So I hope it is really helpful for you all, and see you all in the next session. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and please do like and share it and subscribe, and stay